Welcome to the Talking Diaries podcast featuring Dr. Louis Koster with John Kremer.
You said an interesting thing. After the holidays, you returned to your practice and you began hearing the patients talk about all the things they did over the holidays, who they saw, with whom they spoke, etc. But all those experiences are now gone. Of those experiences, then what seems to be the one constant is what we call I. And then you ask, but is it? And I think what you say is that it's not really the I that's having, the I that's the experiencer that's having these experiences. It's simply the I that is aware that the experiences are occurring. Would that be a way of saying it or not?
Yeah. So in what you just read, I wrote that when I had the experience that when someone shares a story, like of course when you come back from a holiday, it's like, oh, what did you do? And then so the person shares their story of what they did and what happened, and it all. So my observation was like looking at how I experience when they tell their story. The way often the story is told is as if it is an actual happening, like it's so real when they tell the story, but it's not. And the person who is telling the story as if it is an actual, well, reality, but it's whatever was there is no longer. So it just brought about my curiosity, like what is it about us human beings when we tell a story that makes it so real, while in fact it is just a memory that we bring to life in a conversation. And so the common denominator, so to speak, is the I in the story that we identify with. That is what gives it reality. And yeah, so that is what I was inquiring into, like how real is this I?
In your diary, you said that the I is just imaginary, that in every experience there's duality, but experience is distinct from being. So I can see how you were taking that experience of hearing all these stories of the holidays and going, but all of that has no real relevance because it's all transient and duality. And the I that they're talking about is not the I that you talk about when you talk about experiencing being.
Yes, yes. So the moment that you identify yourself with the I in the story, or the self that gets created in the thinking, and that becomes your reality, and not necessarily being aware that there is a bigger reality available, so to speak, that points to your true self. The self in a story is made up, it is imaginary. It's not your true self. Although some people might experience it as if it is. They're sharing themselves, but it's just a story.
Thank you for listening to the Talking Diaries podcast featuring Dr. Louis Koster. For more information, check out louiskoster.com/talking diaries and subscribe to the Talking Diaries YouTube channel. Also, check out louiskoster.com/quiz and take the free quiz to discover more about yourself.